How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Food Trip. Joyce and I are back here in the kitchen.
And you know what? I'm so excited for our guest for today because he is a TV presenter, a radio jock, and one of, if not the most sought-after bachelor in Metro Manila and all over the Philippines. Ladies and gents, please make some noise for DJ Toni! Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome to the kitchen, Tones.
Wow.
First of all, we want to know, do you really cook? Do you have time to cook?
Yo, I'll tell you this. I really have a nice kitchen.
Okay.
I just moved to my new place, but do I cook? Not on a regular. But there's one thing I will teach you guys. I found a new recipe, which coming from Spain, just coming back, and I found this Spanish chicken stew dish that is to die for.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you guys will love it.
Tell us more about what we need for the ingredients of this dish.
All right, so for the Spanish chicken stew, we have obviously tomatoes, we have bacon, we have the chicken, salt, pepper, garlic, onions, paprika, rosemary, thyme, beans, chili pepper, and olives, and the yam. All right, and obviously we're gonna have to cut all of these up. So let's cut up the tomatoes.
Sure.
And the onions.
I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. I love how he went straight for let's
guess-
start cooking.
Yep.
Tell us more about how you transitioned from living in Canada your whole life and then all of a sudden finding yourself in the motherland.
Actually, one of the reasons I left Canada, being born there, was we used to have a family business, and it was a mini resto. So it's so funny is that they would force me to cook and cut stuff, and I ran away. And then I out of all the places to move to was the Philippines. So I stayed in Navotas. For those that don't know, it's in Metro Manila. I stayed there for like 3-4 months, and I would tricycle jeepney out of Navotas to get to Makati to do VTRs, to do
So you knew what you wanted to do
well,
then?
my friends were here prior to
Okay.
that. So they were like, oh, you have to do VTRs, you have to do stuff like this too.
Because that's one of the cool things that you can do in the Philippines,
this was
right?
late 90s too. So it was like
To be in
98.
show business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show business, or at least hosting.
Hosting.
Because that's
Yeah.
what they were doing. So I was like, okay. So I would do VTRs. Oh my gosh. I would waste so much money commuting. I was so tired. I'd carry my clothes. I'd be, like I'd have the pawis mark.
Oh my gosh.
And I do the VTRs, and no one, you know, you look harassed. You look,
Right.
You know, after a jeepney, tricycle, FX.
And the weather.
Yeah, and then I have that, you know, that red map that you buy at the bookstore? It has the map.
Not
there
old
was no
enough to
Waze
know
back
where it
then.
was. Yeah.
It was a red booklet with the map of
Metro
the city,
Manila.
of the whole
Yes.
city. I would be carrying that with my clothes and then looking through how to get to a certain place in Makati, Amorsolo or Enterprise or whatever, all these buildings, and I have to look at this map, and they knew I was a foreigner because my Tagalog was just terrible at that
Yes.
time.
It
and-
still is terrible to this day. It's just
It's not that bad. It's not that bad, but that's what I would do when I first moved here.
Now that I've seasoned it, Tony, what else are we gonna do?
Okay, so you're gonna have to get the flour and bread it.
Alrighty. So just covering the chicken with salt and pepper so we can finally cover this flour too.
So let's do this.
And then I think we're gonna
Onions.
saute.
Onions
Okay.
and garlic. Voila.
Voila.
There we go. So the onions, and then we'll get the tomatoes.
Okay, let me add that for you.
All right, so we put in the bacon,
Okay.
and then let's do the white wine.
So
right.
I'll pour.
Yep.
Sorry, I
right,
love
yeah.
cooking with wine, so I just poured a little bit more than usual. It's gonna reduce anyway. We're simmering that,
Yep.
and then I'll grab a bowl because we're gonna put that aside, right?
Yeah, but first let's also put in the paprika, the rosemary,
Okay.
and the thyme. All right.
Sprinkle it all over.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And then I always like adding herbs. And you know, when
Yeah.
we were traveling in Spain, what I noticed with the food that they have, it's really very simple, but at the same time they make it more intricate with all of the herbs, all of the dressing, all of the flavors that go in there.
Very hearty is one term.
Very nice.
All right. I think we're good.
This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, this
So
is
do
good.
you want me to put it aside for you?
All right,
Hold
sure.
on one second.
Let's put this aside. So we're pan frying the chicken already, and I think this is such a good way to go about it because you really want your chicken well cooked, and I actually like the crusty, crispy
Yes.
taste to it.
Nice
so.
and brown on each side.
Yes, nice and brown on each side.
Ta-da!
Smells so good. Smell it, smell it, smell it.
That's right, because that's my seasoning. It's the salt and pepper with flour and love. That's exactly what you need.
Salt
there.
and pepper a la Joyce. So what's next after this?
Okay. All right. So after this, we'll bring this to. We'll wait till the other side gets crispy and cooked, and then we'll get another pan,
Sure.
separate pan.
For the stew.
See, look, it's nice and brown now. Perfect.
Nice brown and crispy.
You like your meat brown? Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Brown
Joyce
and crispy.
loves it brown and crispy,
Brown and crispy.
and flavorful.
All right. So here we go. So we'll just put this in, and then
This one
So
I'll give
we're
you
putting in the new
that
pan,
one.
of course, the mixture of garlic, onion, tomatoes, and bacon that we had earlier on.
this is the chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
All right.
Nice.
Nice. And then we'll bring that to a boil, and then we can put the beans, the olives.
Let's jack up the heat a little bit.
And you can actually be a bit more generous with your chicken broth since we have the bean that will
Yes.
eventually kind of reduce.
And the yam.
Yes, and the
these
yam
have
too.
to cook.
Yeah.
In Spanish food, it's always so interesting because of the colors that you get in there, right?
Yeah.
Plus olives. Everybody loves olives when it comes to Spanish food.
All their
It's very
olives.
natural, and it adds to the saltiness of the dish. So
And
that's why.
I love olives, especially the olive oil. Right? In Spain, that's what they're known for is the olives. We add the chicken in.
Okay, we
There
add the
you go.
chicken in, sir.
So you still want the chicken to cook in
Yep.
that stew.
And you want the chicken, of course, to absorb all that
Yeah,
broth,
the
all that
flavoring.
flavor.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, so there you go. We have the Spanish chicken stew with potato.